and welcome to the special series of Breakpoint Safety Talks. My name is Rachel Dreyer. During this series, we'll be talking about how to reduce heat-related injuries at the workplace. The series will include the importance of providing employees with access to water, shade, and frequent rest breaks, the different types of heat illness, how to prevent heat-related illnesses, when employers must implement high heat procedures, requirements of the heat illness prevention plan, and much more. The first episode of the series, we will be focusing on the importance of water to combat heat-related illnesses. Let's start off with the Cal OSHA regulation on providing access to water. Cal OSHA Regulation 3395C states that employers must provide employees to potable drinking water. The water provided must be fresh, pure, suitably cool, and be provided to all employees at no cost. The water shall be located as close as possible to the areas where employees are working. Where drinking water is not plumbed or otherwise continuously supplied, it shall be provided in sufficient quantity at the beginning of the work shift to provide 1 quart per employee per hour for drinking for the entire shift. Employers may begin the shift with smaller quantities of water if they have effective procedures for replenishment during the shift as needed to allow employees to drink 1 quart or more per hour. Now that we understand what the Cal OSHA regulation states, let's review further on why it's so important to stay hydrated throughout the day. This includes before and after work. Hydration is the most important step to combating heat stress. In extreme high heat and humidity, workers should use the half-half rule. Drink 1/2 liter every half hour. Workers should not wait until they feel thirsty to drink. If they are thirsty, they may have already lost 2% of the body's water. The onset of heat exhaustion can begin after losing 3% of the body's water, and heat stroke occurs at 8% loss. The bottom line is, if a worker is not regularly urinating or has dark urine, they are dehydrated and at risk for heat illness. It is also important to note that drinking water starts prior to starting your workday. Being hydrated prior to starting work makes it easier to stay hydrated throughout the day. If the body is dehydrated prior to starting work, you may not be able to consume enough water to catch up with the body's needs. After a long day of work, you may want to grab a nice cold beer or a glass of wine, but you should be grabbing, you guessed it, more water. Most people need several hours to drink enough fluids to replace what they've lost through sweat. The sooner you get started, the less strain you place on your body from dehydration. Hydrating after work is even more important if you work in the heat on a regular basis. Chronic dehydration increases the risk for several medical conditions, such as kidney stones. This concludes this episode. On the next episode of the series, we will be talking about the importance of providing shade to employees. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Breakpoint Safety Talks. Always remember to follow proper procedures to keep you and everyone around you safe. Until next time, stay safe out there.